Hi there, I'm Alex Blinsky. I'm the founder of Prepare to Serve, and I want to share some stories with you, some crazy and spiritual and funny stories, all from the Germany Munich mission. So I hope you enjoy. It's from Luva. Following the stoplights, my companion and I proceeded with traffic to cross a large intersection. A car coming crosswise was not stopping. I tried to stop and watched as the car stopped barely a foot from me. It stopped without a screech of tires or even slowing down beforehand. My companion called out from behind. She was fine. We were thus left unhindered to continue. Johanna. While I was training a new missionary, we were almost late coming home. We had to run from the subway stop to our house to make it on time. As we ran, a man from behind us called out in English, "Hey, sisters, wait!" I looked back. It was a man we didn't know. I told my companion we needed to go home and continued to run, but she stopped. She started walking toward the man, so I had to go with her, but she protested. When we got near the man, he grabbed my companion. I grabbed her and tried to rip them apart. Finally, we broke loose and sprinted home. Luckily, he didn't follow us. The Lord was watching out for us that night, because I'm sure that man could have taken both of us if angels hadn't been helping. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Sean. I was in a companionship with 3 elders around Christmas time when it gets dark by 4 p.m., and we were trying to keep knocking on doors. People were answering the door with scared looks on their faces or looking like we had roused them from bed. Finally, the police showed up and asked for our papers. One of my companions had left his Geistlicher Ausweis in the apartment. We didn't know what was going to happen to him. He was able to talk his way out of it by agreeing to go home for the night. Sarah. I was on an exchange with a member. We were crossing a fairly busy street and it was dark. We had gone to the streetlights and crossed there, but there was a car that came around the curve really fast. He didn't see us. I made it to the curb. He missed me by inches, but the member was struck and killed. There were a ton of miracles and tender mercies that we found out only after the fact, but it was made very clear that the Lord had been making arrangements to bring that sister home for a while. And her situation on earth was such that this was truly a tender mercy for her. Strange to say, but true. Anonymous. A lot of late-night tracting in Turkish immigrant areas. Don. T-boning a drunk German in his Mercedes. Ooh, that doesn't sound like fun. This is from Doug. I was exiting a train near Stuttgart, and my foot got clamped in the door. 1 foot on the Bahnsteig and 1 foot on the pneumatic train door. Ganz böse Schaffner. I don't know what that means. Luva. I was proposed to by a stranger on the street. Johanna. Once my companion and I were sitting on a bench eating lunch when an old lady bent over with age yelled at us from a distance, calling us names and cursing us for being in her city. It may sound horrifying reading this, but we just laughed. Sean. At Christmas, everyone in the Ingolstadt ward party wanted to hear some American Christmas songs. Neither I nor my companion were very good singers. My companion refused to sing. I didn't want to disappoint, so I sang Jingle Bells at the top of my lungs. It was a big hit. Sarah. Eating snails for the first time and also getting stranded at a train station for 2 hours in the middle of nowhere. No houses to track, and the elders had told the family that had come to pick us up that we weren't going to be coming, so they had already left the station. We didn't have a phone, so we spent the next 2 hours taking random pictures at the train station and giving the elders a major guilt trip when the family brought them back to catch the train home. David. While volunteering with kids in Bamberg at a walkathon type event, I was given an open schnapps to drink. No one knew I was Mormon, but I didn't drink it. I'm guessing that's alcoholic. Don. Handlebars came loose on my bike, rode off the pavement, front wheel buries itself in mud, and I go flying like Superman into the muck. Doug. Last night of my mission, a sweet lady had read the Book of Mormon. When challenged for her baptism, she responded, I was wondering how I could do that. Luva. We had an interesting visit with a gentleman who had recently lost his wife. He wanted spiritual help raising his 2 young children, so he wanted us to come back and tell him more. As we left the apartment and got back to the street, both my companion and I were impressed that he would someday become a bishop. Sean. We taught a man from Africa who recognized us on the street as people from the same church that he had seen in his home country. He loved everything we taught him about the gospel. We had to teach him in English, and it was very difficult to do. Another time, I was asked to give a blessing of comfort to a widow who is in her 60s. She says I told her things I shouldn't have known anything about. I believe I was guided by the Spirit. Sarah. I was in a small town with my companion. We were contacting in the Stadmite. I went up and spoke to a lady. She heard my accent and asked where in America I was from. When I told her southern Utah, she got all excited because she had visited Zion's, Monument Valley, and the whole area. When I said, yep, that's where I'm from, she looked at me and I looked at her, and we were both suddenly overwhelmed with a feeling of love from the Lord. Her eyes got big and we both had tears in our eyes. I grabbed her hand and said, did you feel that? She just nodded. I bore my testimony to her right there that the Lord knew whatever it was she had been searching for and that we had the answers. I've never felt so strongly the love that the Lord has for our brothers and sisters as I did at that moment. He had let me have a taste of what his perfect love feels like. Words really can't describe it, but it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Dawn, healing a near-death woman. Well, I hope you enjoyed those experiences from the Germany Munich mission. If you served in the Munich mission and you're willing to, we'd love for you to fill out a survey. If you go to preparetoserve.com/survey and submit the survey, then we'll go through and make any edits that are needed and then just post it on the website. If you're willing to be video interviewed about your mission, you can just message us on our website, YouTube channel, or Facebook page. We'd love to interview you. We do the interviews in Utah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.